Hold on. Let me just share the screen. Can you see?
I can.
You can.
I can see it, yes.
Nice. All right. This looks good. I got both of our faces on there. You're not lagging?
Nope.
Hell yeah.
Good.
All right. Give people a few minutes to jet in.
Yeah, I was trying to... I sent a picture to Poppin because my basement is extremely bright, so it's got to be something with my camera settings that makes it look so dark down here. It really bothers me. I have like all these freaking lights on, and it still looks dark, but it is not. I can't figure it out.
I have no idea. Have you considered one of those, like, they sell lights you attach to your monitor that, like, blast in your face for it to help with camera work?
Yeah, I have something similar. I don't think it's the lights, though. I think it's just the camera. This is a really cheap-ass camera.
What is it? What do you have a webcam? Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's just like a webcam that I bought for teaching online, like when COVID started.
Oh, yeah. So, I hear you.
You know, it's like $40 or something. I think I just need to upgrade it.
That's fair. It's fine, though. I mean, it's honestly decent quality.
Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. It's just like, I don't know, dark.
All right, we've got some league members in the chat. We got Dr. JDB, Heaven, AC. We're getting our European crowd today. Love that.
Yeah, international stream.
Yeah, that's why totally why we moved it up.
That's right.
Absolutely. What's going on, AC?
AC, we miss you, man.
I know, you got to come back for season 10. Maybe it's only if you want. We're not gonna peer pressure you.
We're gonna peer pressure you a little bit. We got to start talking about. Are we doing a daddy plan type of format? You know, it seemed like there was some whispers about it, maybe. So
yeah, I think it might be best to wait until the DLCs drop. Yeah. AC says when the DLCs drop, he'll be back. Hell yeah.
All right. Good.
So just in time, because I feel like the daddy plan works best when there's a lot of mons, and we are getting a lot more, but we'll get even more when home and the DLC and all the other stuff. You know, when we get the full access to the library. So we'll save it for later on. We got some more seasons to go, some more formats before we get there. Hell yeah. Goose is here. We got 9 viewers in the chat. Welcome.
Send the link to all your friends, family members, everybody. You know, let's get up to a couple thousand.
Exactly. And if you're at work right now, put it up on the big screen. Screencast it. Make sure everybody can get a load of this.
Get
little free advertising. Room. Yeah. Call a meeting. If you're on a Zoom call, share your screen. Got to get maximum viewership here for the finals, baby. Oh yes, hype.
We got some big ones here. We see Poppin again. Poppin making another triumphant return. What a coach that guy is, huh?
Oh, we've got some amazing coaches here. So, looks like we could probably get started. You know, we'll start talking about the first matchup, and then people can jump in if they want to. But yeah, welcome everybody. We are back again after a couple-week hiatus from our last stream to analyze the big boys, the VBL-S Season 9 Finals matches. And we've got some good ones. I'm Sukaba, joined by my wonderful co-host, OMG, it's Daddy.
Happy to be here and happy to see these coaches in finals again. I mean, Ray came in last season and is really put his, I don't know what kind of analogy I'm looking for here, but Ray has done a hell of a job in these last 2 seasons, so I'm looking forward to seeing that match.
Absolutely. And, 4 coaches here, obviously. If you make the conference finals, it means you have an incredible season. Sorry, my cat's stepping on my keyboard, advancing the slides here. But we're going to jump right in. We got our 1 seed Pittsburgh Piplups versus the 4 seed Apex Alolan Marowak in our physical conference. And that's the matchup we're going to look at first. So we've got Camo Dude versus Ray. And when I was looking at the seedings, it kind of is interesting because I feel like once playoffs happen, seeds don't even matter at all, right?
Absolutely not. Then it's all about the matchups and the planning that goes into it. And both of these coaches have done a phenomenal job planning for their matchups so far. We've seen a lot of the Primeape this season. Unquestionable MVP. I mean, we're going to find out pretty soon with the voting, but I think it's got to be up there.
It's got my vote.
the kill to death ratio for that mon is just insane. And then running Meowscarada as a support mon almost every week, it's hard to counter, especially with the Dondozo pickup late in the season.
Yeah, I mean that's really what transformed this team into a menace. The sushi combo has absolutely increased the scariness level of this team, because not only do you you forget when you're planning for this team that they have a Chi-Yu just sitting there too, right? Like we saw last week in the match, like he did the Dondozo stuff, the Primeape stuff, and then forced to a game 3, and all of a sudden game 3, Chi-Yu and Gardevoir come out, and then boom, now you just lost in 2 turns. Like
surprise, I also have the best mon in the format, right?
Yeah, one of them at least for sure. So, I mean, he's shown that he could, operate this team expertly. He had that post-draft pickup of the Glimmet, I think, as well, or maybe he drafted it. I'm not sure, but we've seen Glimmet come with a Scarf occasionally. He's made good use out of these baby mons, but normally it's these top 6 that we're really looking at. So it'll be interesting to see if Ray has the answer.
Ray's going to be ready for it, and I think we might see a haze on that Chien-Pao, something to get rid of the boost that you're going to see on both Primeape and Dondozo. So I think that Chien-Pao is going to be really huge in this matchup.
Oh yeah, really good point that Chien-Pao gets haze. That I would assume will be coming, because there's not many ways you can counter the Dondozo once it gets up what it wants. So, but when you do look at Ray's team, this has been another team that was highly touted after the draft. Has performed very well this season, obviously, if he's made it all the way to finals. The Chien-Pao and the Dragonite are probably going to be my vote for the best duo, because, my God, have they taken names the entire season. It's so oppressive, the amount of damage you can deal out with the Dragonite, with that Sword of Ruin.
Yeah, absolutely insane amounts of damage coming out from those 2 Pokemon. I think the Chien-Pao might also be running something like Knockoff to help deal with that Primeape, because it doesn't love losing the Eviolite. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon without it, so... I kind of like Ray in this matchup. I feel like the Chien-Pao is going to be tough to answer, but there is a Chi-Yu on the other side, so I could be wrong about that.
That's true. Well, Chi-Yu does have a good matchup into the POW, but, are we seeing a lot of special attackers on Ray's side that could take advantage of Chi-Yu's Beads of Ruin if it's on the field? Not really, right?
Rotom, Slowbro, maybe there's a Trick Room mode coming, because... looks like Camo's team doesn't love to go slow. I mean, Dondozo without the boost, pretty slow. Other than that, not a whole lot in terms of Trick Room.
So I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know what to expect going into this match. These 2 coaches' teams are on a level beyond what my brain can comprehend. So I think we could just go right into game 1 and see what we got going on here. Let's check it out.
Tsukaba.
All right. So music off. Turn on slow. What do we got? Any surprises here? We see the Passimian coming out from Ray.
That little monkey. What's that guy doing here?
Yeah. Tiny Monk. Metatite.
That is one that I definitely did not expect to see. I don't know what you would even be running on that. Fake Out and Skill Swap, maybe?
Maybe Skill Swap. Gets a Trick Room, maybe? Psychic type, if he wants to go slow mode somehow. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, other than that, not a ton of surprises from either coach. I mean, we see those strong mons that they've been bringing all season, and it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, the the Celluledge missing from Ray's side, but he's shown that he's not. That's not a mon that. Yeah, he doesn't. We'll talk about it in tiering, but that mon has not been well respected among the VBL-S community. So, all right, let's see what we got for leads. Game 1, finals, baby. Good hype.
Does he lead that Primeape? He does.
Of course.
And you see it almost every week, and until somebody finds a way to stop it,
I know.
Keep running it.
And you know what I've found with it too is, like, even if you find a way to stop it, like, a lot of times he still ends up winning the game because you devote so much to stopping that duo, and then he brings in the sushi in the back, and it's really hard to deal with both at the same time. But we see the Iron Treads come out with the Dragonite, so this could be like maybe a Scarf Bulldoze, take advantage of the flying immunity to ground, get a speed drop and something. There's definitely some stuff.
Take out that Meowscarada before it gets a chance to activate.
True, and we've got the Dragonite always threatening a really strong E-Speed as well, so priority could be big against this sort of combo. So let's see what he's got. Quark Drive, Booster Energy, Terra Flying, going all in on that flying damage. We do see the Bulldoze come out, break any potential sashes, and we're going to see a flying attack into the Primeape. Wow.
Takes the Primeape down. So even with Eviolite, that thing goes down. Flower Trick into your own Pokemon's not going to work if that Pokemon no longer is with us.
Now that's super risky play from Ray because if the Primeape recognizes the threat and Terras, then it gets off the combo, and then you committed your Terra flying, and it may not be great. So reading that he probably wouldn't use the Terra, maybe didn't expect the Terra flying to come out to boost that flying output from the Dragonite. But we do see the Sushi in the back for camo, so let's see if Ray has a way through that as well.
And saving the Terra for your Dondozo is not a terrible call, especially after seeing the Dragonite Terra on turn 1. So if we have a Terra Steel Dondozo, it could be huge.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. I imagine we're going to get the switch out on the Meowscarada maybe to bring in the Tatsugiri, activate the Sushi. And maybe Ray has his answer with the Chien-Pao. Let's see.
How much is this Treads doing with the defense drop?
Oh, interesting tech on the Endeavor.
Endeavor takes off a really nice chunk of health, even when Iron Treads is at full.
Yeah.
It's not bad damage.
The only thing is we know that the Treads isn't running Sash. So I imagine a Wave Crash does big damage to the Treads, but maybe he has a calc to bring it down low enough to where he can Endeavor after and then bring it really low. But we also have priority on the Chien-Pao.
And this is where the Chien-Pao comes into play. Does it run Haze? What is the Chien-Pao planning to do here?
So we see a Stomping Tantrum, does nothing. And then there it is. You called it. Haze removing all those beautiful stats. So... Okay.
Yeah, now Dondozo has no boosts here, so it is going to die to whatever Rotom wants to do. Then we're left with Tatsugiri and Meowscarada.
So if the Dondozo has Protect, he does have the option of resetting his Sushi combo by switching in the Meowscarada and then switching in the Tatsugiri next turn to get the boost back up. At half health, it may not be worth it because, like you said, that Rotom with either a Leaf Storm or a Terra Electric, or sorry, just a Thunderbolt, threatens to big damage on the Dozo, unless we've got a funky Terra coming out here. Like a Terra Grass would be really strong right now into these options. So let's see what he's got in the tank. Nothing. He's going to try to win later on. Oof. Yeah, just takes out the Dozo.
Meowscarada comes back in here. Probably too little too late. This Rotom is looking really well positioned. I mean, Tatsugiri kind of depends what item it has. Maybe we'll see an Icy Wind here, but I don't know if Meowscarada has the bulk to finish this off by itself.
Okay, chat just informed me as well that you cannot switch out Tatsugiri when it's in Commander mode. So I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. So just forget that wasn't an option. We'll cut that out in post.
Yeah, exactly. Just remove that later. Have your assistant do it.
All right, yeah. I'll have my editor work on that. So we see the Iron Head come out. Thunderbolt. Decent chunk damage here. Let's see what Camo's got in the back.
Puff, very little damage here. The Iron Tread's just sitting on the field, just doing damage until the Muddy Water comes out. That's a big damage.
That's got to be specs, right?
Well, Iron Tread's not the bulkiest mon on the special side, but yeah, I'd say that's probably specs.
Muddy Water Oko, though, is crazy.
It is.
So, the Terra Flying Dragonite doesn't have the advantage it did earlier with having the Bulldoze. So the Meowscarada will be able to go first, but can it do enough to break through this wall? If it's multi-scale, this may be really hard to deal with.
Yeah, seems unlikely. And Camo is going to conserve Terra here, maybe just to hide some information for the next game.
Yeah, we see the Tatsu go down, and this one's going to be over pretty quick here, I think. Resisted, doesn't matter. Yeah. And then the Terra Blast is going to come out and finish it off. So, really well played to Ray. He had his number game one. Had an answer for both of the combos. He had the Haze in the back for the Dondozo. He had the Bulldoze, Terra Flying, Terra Blast for the Primeape combo. So, well done.
Yeah, now that Camo got a lot of information that match, and he didn't really give away too much. That's one of the advantages of getting beaten quickly is that you get to conceal a lot of information from your opponents. So he knows that there are answers to that Primeape lead. So I'd like to see what kind of adjustments are made here.
Yeah, do we see the Meditate come out with whatever heat it's got in the back?
Yeah, I'd feel a little unsafe bringing that Chi-Yu out in front. Maybe next to Fake Out, but we're not 100% sure of that Dragonite's ability yet either, correct?
That's true. Yeah, I don't think it was even hit at all. So we don't know if it's... And there's no Intimidate Fake Out here. So I would be really hesitant to bring the Sushi combo again if I was Camo, just because you know that Chien-Pao's coming to the match. It's fast, it's probably sashed, and it has Haze, which kind of just destroys your whole strategy. So maybe this time he leads the Primate Meowscarada again and threatens a Terra on the Primate to maybe deter an Oko and get something going. Maybe he brings the Chiyu in the back. I don't know. We'll have to see how he adjusts. But
does the little monkey come out here? Maybe for some fake out pressure on turn 1.
Raymond with a really strong showing. The former champ. Can he do it again? Let's find out in game 2. So this time he brings the Chien-Pao out front alongside the Treads with that booster energy. And we are going to see the touted combo back again.
Right. I mean, we call it the MVP for a reason. Let's see what kind of adjustment we make here. A lot of pressure riding on Camo here with this lead.
So Chien-Pao is the fastest thing on the field. Meowscarada could have a sash, though. So
could be Scarf, too, right?
Could be. What,
I mean, we only saw it click one move at a time and then switch out, so...
Oh, the Meowscarada?
Yeah, flower trick and then switched and then
true.
Pollen Puff,
He did Pollen Puff. Could be Scarf then.
Is it still... It'll be faster than... No, because it was slower than Tread, so it can't be Scarf.
Yeah, that's true.
We can cut that, too.
All right, we'll cut that out in post, but... This is interesting because the Sword of Ruin actually increases the damage output of both of these mons as well. So this is going to be heavy on who's going to be going first here. The Meowscarada could put even a strong flower trick into one of these slots if he doesn't want to maybe protect it, go for a hit. We'll have to see what he wants to option it out here. But we see the Terra Ghost come in. Oh! Double.
Terra goes from both sides.
Wow. Ops just go for the damage.
And Icicle Crash. Do we get a flinch?
Oh, no.
And he kills his own mon.
Oh, no.
We will never know if it flinched.
So both of these were faster than the Meowscarada, too. That's brutal, man.
Not an ideal start for Camo, and he used his Terra on the Meowscarada, which isn't really going to benefit from that Terra Ghost anymore, especially sitting in front of a Chien-Pao.
I'm wondering what the mindset was of the Terra Ghost on the Meowscarada. Was he expecting, like, what kind of move was he expecting into that slot defensively? There's no fake out option here, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm not sure. I guess we'd have to find out from Camo himself.
Someone in the chat says Sword of Ruin increases flower trick damage into his own mon as well. So that's an interesting side effect. But this is brutal. We'll see what Camo's got in the back. We don't see the Sushi this game. So it's either just the Dondozo or Tatsu, or maybe he has the Metatite in the back. But Shiyu's going to have to put in some serious work here. And without speed control, it's going to be tough. So let's see what he's got left in the tank.
Yeah. It's going to have to not die in one hit to Iron Treads, which is a tall order. So we do see a Protect. Let's see if Meowscarada can put in any damage here.
I really like the Protect. Okay, so we got a Sash Meowscarada. Aura Sphere doing heavy damage to the Treads, but Treads has such good physical bulk. And then the crit. Oh.
Yeah, I got to wonder if that crit mattered. Even if it did, this game might have already been lost after that turn 1. Very huge.
I don't think that I don't think the crit mattered because Chien-Pao has really low defense, and we didn't even get to see the weird heat on the Metatite. Wow, Ray.
Congrats to Ray. I mean, heading into the league finals with a very dominant win there. This man is a threat.
I'll say, man, coming into for your first 2 seasons of VBL with 2 championships already. We'll see if he could do the Grand Championship again, but he's already a champion of his conference. So congrats to Ray on another amazing season. We're going to need Tay to come back to take this man out. So
he's still banned.
Oh, is he?
Pending further action. So we'll
all right. Well, maybe Tay's brother Yat can come in and try to take out Ray.
These top 4 for Ray are just so oppressive.
I know.
The
so
Treads, the Chien-Pao, the Dragonite, and the top 3, I'm sorry, are just so oppressive. It's just so much pressure, so much speed, so much damage. It's just hard to find an answer, especially when you have the tech of the Haze to shut down any setup. Really tough matchup for Camo in hindsight.
Yeah, that was brutal. I mean, his whole strategy relied on these 2 combos, or 3 combos if you count the Chiyu as well, right? And all season long, it's proven him to just work out, right? Like, nobody's been able to find a reliable way to stop all 3 at once, and he's played really expertly around which ones are most opportune to bring. Ray just had all the answers here. Like, this was quite a showing, and he definitely earned his win with some really tough playoff matches. So congrats to Ray on another championship, and great season to Camo. I mean, making the finals is just really hard at all in the first place. So to make it here, have the 1 seed with the season he did, really, really awesome.
And that's the thing about playing Pokemon, and not just Draft League, but anything can happen on any given week. You miss something in prep, or your opponent preps for something that you didn't expect, and you never know what's going to happen on a week-to-week basis, which makes the playoffs so much more intense, so much more volatile, and so much more interesting, frankly, because you don't know how these matches are going to go. You have, like you said earlier, seeding doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't.
Right? It's all about how you prep, what you plan for, and what your opponent brings.
You got to get some F's in the chat for Jordan, too, getting the 1 seed and then matching up with Ray on the 4th seed, now the 2-time champ. So that just goes to show you, once playoffs happens, anything and anybody is a threat to win it all. So good job, Ray, and GG's to everybody in the physical conference for a great season. But we also got another matchup here, Daddy. Is it time?
You got to find out who the opponent is here. Now, we got boy Poppin, who has had another incredible season. I mean, truly one of the VBL greats. This guy is a serious threat in playoffs every season, and this team that he's bringing is so disgusting. It makes me want to barf. Okay.
Yeah.
The stall on this team is incredibly strong, and the use of Terra this season by Poppin, except for that one clip that he posted for us yesterday, has been really immaculate. So I really enjoy watching this team, even though it is a stall team. I really like what he's done with it.
This is going to be such an interesting matchup. I've been looking forward to this one so much because you've got Poppin's team, which is the king of the slow game with the Trick Room, the really bulky mons that want to, stall you out, like leech seed damage, protect, screen, support. He's got the Gastrodon. He's got so much recovery and like slow mons, and that's like the polar opposite of what Sly's got going on here. Sly has so much amazing fast offense power. He's got the Chi-Yu amplifying damage from a Gardevoir, maybe a special Salamence, and this Chi-Yu's own damage output itself. The Mousehold has shown it can be such a valuable support mon, or even an offensive threat with Pop Bomb. Running Calyx for Mousehold is crazy because literally like anything that doesn't resist normal dies to a population bomb. It doesn't even matter how bulky your mon is. It just dies with Technician boost, everything. So versatile, and he's played amazingly well around this Chi-Yu this season, and the Salamence have been among the MVPs of his team. So it's like the clash of the Titans in the finals.
Absolutely, and you got to wonder if Poppin runs Rocky Helmet this week, because like you said, that Mousehold is extremely threatening on the offensive end, so maybe you're bringing Rocky Helmet, but then a lot of times it just runs a support set or maybe a mixed set. The problem we've seen with the mixed set this season is Pop Bomb does not like to hit, especially for Sly. It likes to miss on the first or the second hit.
Exactly.
So if I'm Sly, I'm not feeling the most confident bringing Pop Bomb without a wide lens, but it has also done a really nice job for Sly this season in terms of support. So,
yeah, I mean, are we expecting Poppin to just go with his tried and true lead, Frigiraffe Grimmsnarl, another contender for best duo this season? Because if he wants Trick Room, he gets it with those two.
Yeah, the Gastrodon looks pretty nice here, but we have seen Sly bring the Crab quite a few times, which looks pretty decent in Trick Room too. We also have the Hippo on that side. And other than Gastrodon, it looks like Sly might be edging Poppin out in the Trick Room war. So I'm not sure about that.
And not many great ways to stop Trick Room on Sly's side. You do have the Gardevoir, which gets Imprisoned Trick Room, but you probably don't want to commit 2 slots to that on a mon that has such good special output.
Not a lot of bulk.
Yeah, you could see the Shroudo come. He's shown that he can make this thing work as a nice baby prankster mon. Having threatening Encore on a Shroodle, could really defer some Trick Room shenanigans, but then again, you've got that Armor Tail option on the Frigiraffe, which will prevent any prankster priority moves. So it's just going to be a battle of wit and who could get their speed control, who could get the game to go the way they want to do it, and I'm so excited.
What is the Terra on Wo-Chen? That's what we're all wondering, because that's the mon that hogs the Terra, but it's been pretty darn effective this season for Poppin. So
yeah, they played earlier in the season as well. I'm pretty sure Poppin won that matchup, and he did utilize the Wug Trio, so maybe we'll see that mon again as well.
Apparently one of the best answers to Chi-Yu. So
a lot of options available, so let's see what the team preview is gonna bear here.
Wug Trio's back. Let's go.
Oh baby, Wug Trio for the logo? Question mark.
Get some W's in chat for Wug Trio.
Hell yeah. All right, and then on Sly's side, we see the Chiyu, the Salamence, the Gardevoir, the Mousehold, the Core 4, and then we see the Strudel, the Babymon, and the Magneton come out.
Eviolite Magneton is pretty strong, considerable bulk, and not a very low special attack stat either. So pretty solid mon there. For
Yeah, definitely has good damage output on Sly's side. And then we see that tried and true duo. You mentioned the merit of the Gastrodon in this matchup. Could be really hard for Sly to deal with. I don't see anything on here that really has grass coverage, barring a random Terra Grass. So
yeah, maybe Grass Knot on Gardevoir or something like that. I don't even know if it gets that move, to be honest, but I'm sure there's got to be something to deal with it. Gastrodon is coming every week. It's such a threat.
All right, maybe
Sly's got to be ready.
So many options, though. We could see the Strudel, the Salamence, the Mousehold, the Chiyu, anything here. So let's see what the leads are game one. And we've got the Grimmsnarl and the Farigiraf, baby. The tried and true.
Bro, don't fix it. Now, I'm a little scared leading the Strudel here if I am Sly, because we're blocking all these prankster moves.
All right, hear me out. Unburden Strudel. Boom. No, I don't know.
To die?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, that is not great because the Armor Tail and you have the Dark type.
Exactly.
Even if you switch out the Farigiraf, you can't really threaten the Grimmsnarl either. Unless he's got some weird heat on this that we're not expecting. But let's see.
Yeah, maybe the Giraffe has a different ability. I don't know.
Oh, we've got a Frisk coming out as well from the Grimmsnarl. So we get to see the Clear Amulet and the Iron Ball on the Strudel. So probably a switcheroo Iron Ball.
Yeah, and the Intimidate here kind of huge, especially now that we know that this Grimmsnarl is most likely offensive running Frisk.
Yeah, but if you are popping right now, you're loving the idea of being able to fake out either of these Mons because you don't see any Covert Cloak, so you kind of have your pick of the litter. If I'm him, I'm going to fake out the Salamence because I'm not too worried about the Strudel thanks to that Armor Tail right now.
Yeah, Strudel really not threatening in this position, but let's see what he does.
Let's see what we've got here. So we see the Terra Ground come out. Dual Wing Beat misses.
Ooh,
oh,
huge
no.
miss.
That's brutal. Oh,
Spirit Break doing a nice little chunk and knock off here into the Giraffe to get rid of that berry.
I wonder if the Dual Wing Beat KOs the Farigiraf. He didn't Terra Flying, so no Terra Boost, but the Salamence is pretty strong.
Poppin recognizing in Team Preview that the 6 that Sly brought, he does not have a great answer to Trick Room here, so Poppin looking in a really solid position. Grimmsnarl with the lowered attack and the Terra Ground Salamence, that's not looking the most threatening either, so curious to see if we see some switches here.
And the Clear Amulet coming in clutch to prevent that stat drop from the Spirit Break. So Terra Ground is interesting. Maybe defensive. Maybe he does have an Earthquake option. So we'll have to see. Like you just said, the switch comes out. We get that Gastrodon in.
Protect on the Giraffe here. And do we get a knockoff into the other slots? Yes, we do.
There's that Rocky Helmet you called out. Hydro Pump.
Well,
oof, Terra Ground hurting there. And this has been Poppin's bread and butter. Get Trick Room up, and then boom, all of a sudden you have this amazing offense available, and you're going first.
Yeah, these Pokemon not necessarily known for their offensive output, but all of a sudden they're the fastest Mons on the field, and their offensive stats are not that bad. So this is not looking good for Sly here.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the Mousehold here, which could threaten to follow me or something like that, but you don't have a Terra on it for like a weird Terra Ghost or something. So you want to stall out this Trick Room ideally, but with 2 turns left, this is a really tough position. He needs to get 4 KOs. I don't know if it can be done. Let's see. So we see the Chiyu Protect. Eats the Hydro Pump. Let's see if we got an offensive Mousehold here with the Pop Bomb. And we do.
And with no Rocky Helmet, that's pretty nice. Going to take down the Gastrodon, but whatever Poppin brings in the back, probably the lizard guy. No, Grimmsnarl comes back out. Okay. We know it's going to be slower, so Poppin still...
Yeah, still has 1 turn to Trick
strongly.
Room, so if he wants to preserve the Chiyu, he either needs to sack the Mousehold with a Follow Me, or he needs to go for a double Protect. So
I think we're going to see a double Protect here.
No, we don't.
Not. So
Spirit Break won't kill because of that Fire Dark typing.
yeah.
But we get the special attack drop. Not that it matters. I don't think Chiyu's got the goods to get this one done.
Yeah, absolutely not. You got to take down 2 Pokemon here. Heat Wave is clearly not going to do it. So
No. So much damage, though, on the Dark Pulse.
I was surprised that killed, even with the special attack drop.
Man, I wonder how this game ended up being closer than I thought. I wonder how significant that dual wing beat miss was. Would it have killed the Farigiraf turn 1 and prevent the Trick Room from going up? Is a really
That
good
is the question. I mean, if that dual wing beat hits, then we have ourselves a very different game. The fact that it did miss, the ending made it look a little closer than it really was. Poppin pretty much had it secured after a turn or two in Trick Room. So does Sly go with the same lead and just try to land that dual wing beat? If he does, then I feel like Sly probably calcs this in prep, right?
But you don't have the Covert Cloak available there, so you only have seen Spirit Break on this Grimmsnarl, but a Fake Out kind of just negates that as well. So I would feel really risky if I were Sly to go with the same lead again. I think he either has to have some Trick Room Mon, like maybe the Magnuson has a slow mode with Analytic or something, or maybe he's got something under Trick Room, or the Gardevoir could be slow.
What's interesting is that Poppin saw the items and he chose not to use Fake Out, and he was trying to set up Trick Room. So if I'm Sly, that's making me think maybe it's Choice Banded, right? He chose not to use Fake Out, even though he knew he could get away with it for free. So.
But, that's the ultimate mind game, right? Because maybe the only reason he didn't use Fake Out was because he felt like he wasn't threatened and wanted to get a Spirit Break off.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's fair.
I don't know. I think we're going to see some adjustments here on Sly's side. And if I'm Poppin, I'm going with my bread and butter. I'm putting out the same lead, and I'm begging him to find a way to stop Trick Room before I proceed.
All season, and Poppin said it recently. He said, if I want Trick Room, I get it. Well, let's see if that holds true in this match right here.
All right, let's see if we see the Trick Room come out again. We see the Wug Trio. Oh, God. Different lead.
There are 3. Okay.
And we do see a different lead from Sly this time. Opts to go with what he had in the back last time with the Mouse Hold and the Beads of Ruin. But we see
interesting.
Whoa. I love that. That's amazing.
Wow. So I wonder if Sly prepped for this exact lead, because he knew that he knew that Wug Trio was a serious threat to Chi-Yu after their last matchup. So did he bring the Adrenaline Orb for specifically this lead?
Oh man, I don't know. That's so good, because now, this Wug Trio, which usually threatens to outspeed the Chi-Yu, this Chi-Yu is so scary right now. I think if I'm Sly, I'm taking this as an opportunity to Terra this and set it up to sweep the game for me. We'll see if the Mouse Hold has a supportive set, if it can follow me supported at all, or maybe it opts to go for a Pop Bomb into, say, the Paldea Combat Tauros. But
we could see a Terra Ghost on the Mouse Hold, calling out a fighting move coming from that Tauros, but yeah, I'm not sure. Unless we have a Scarf on this Wug Trio, it's going down.
Kodamarin's given us some insight into the chat. He says Chi-Yu and Tauros speed tie without the Adrenaline Orb. So the Adrenaline Orb may be specifically for that matchup, which is significant because the close combat will surely, or even just the Raging Bull, anything, would do big damage. So let's see how this plays out here. We see the Terra Water come out to protect the Chi-Yu.
Okay, so this triple dive doing nothing with the Terra Water.
Yeah.
Still faster than Chi-Yu, which is kind of crazy.
And we see the Pop-Bomb, really smart to put that into the Wug Trio. We have to remember that this Mouse Hold does have -1 attack, so I'm not sure the calcs on that into the Tauros, but safer to just take out the really weak Pokemon on the Wug Trio. And now you have a fast Chi-Yu that could threaten this turn. This looks good for Sly.
Yeah, and I feel like Gastrodon probably not in the back. So I feel pretty safe launching that Pop Bomb into the Wug Trio there.
Oh, we see the Choice Band reveal on the Mouse Hold as well. So really strong damage output, even with the Intimidate, kind of cancels it out a little bit.
Huge info for Poppin here too, because now he knows there's no follow me coming.
Yep, and we'll see. Maybe your theory is correct that this is a banded Grimmsnarl, or will we see the Fake Out come out? Let's find out. Gardevoir switches in to trace the Intimidate. Really cool.
Really nice. Yeah, so even if this Grimmsnarl is banded, which it is not, we see that attack dropping.
Yep. Awesome. Amazing play by Sly. You get the defense drops on the Tauros now, eat it with the Gardevoir, get the Intimidate, off onto the Grimmsnarl, and you find out that the clear amulet's on the Paldea. So much going for Sly's way this time. Really nice.
Gardevoir likes to run that Scarf, so we'll see if it's holding at this game.
Sucker Punch crits and still doesn't kill.
2%.
Oh, there we go. And the Psychic takes out the Tauros. The Moonblast. Oh my god.
Crit. What is going on this game?
Holy damage.
It possibly dies anyway. I don't know.
Oh no.
All right, the Giraffe comes out. Giraffe against the world. That is big.
That is
big
insane.
Damage.
I mean,
the Adrenaline Orb, just incredible.
That's awesome. Sly pulled out all the stops for that game, and he showed us the power of these Ruin Mons, man. Like, all it takes is to get you in a good position. You get one speed boost on your Chi-Yu, and you get a good Terra on it, and just like we predicted, it ended up sweeping the whole game for him. That Beads of Ruin also probably enabling the Gardevoir to get a Oko onto the Grimmsnarl with the the Moonblast. Amazing showing and adjustments from Sly game 2.
Yeah, I love how prepared Sly came to this match. I mean, this just goes to show you why Sly really deserved to be in the conference finals here. I mean, he had answers on this Chi-Yu. He has the Terra Water to make sure the Wug Trio doesn't take him out like last time. He has the Adrenaline Orb to make sure, like Colby told us in the chat, thank you, Colby, to make sure it outspeeds that Tauros, right? So it doesn't die to a close combat. So really, really nice tech from Sly, but Poppin has a lot of information now.
Yeah.
Does he get that Trick Room set up again?
I think he has to, right? We saw what happened when you give Sly the speed advantage. I think the only way Poppin can get it back is setting a Trick Room of his own. Now the question is, does Sly have an answer for that Farigiraf lead? With the Fake Out revealed on Grimmsnarl, he seems like he could get it off if he wants it, right? Because even if you leave the Chi-Yu, which could probably Oko Farigiraf, you've shown that you can just fake it out. And you know it's not Covert Cloak or anything.
You feel pretty safe launching Fake Out into the Chi-Yu slot, and I don't know if anything else on this team is picking up the KO, unless that Salamence is
maybe a population bomb,
out.
Actually.
Maybe Pop Bomb.
So maybe that's the idea behind the lead we saw game 2, was if I lead the Mousehold and the Chi-Yu, it doesn't matter which one he fakes out, I could get an Oko onto the Farigiraf. But the Giraffe could show... Oh, the Giraffe does have Protect as well. So if Poppin reads that, he could maybe get him to waste a turn and get a Spirit Break off with the Grimmsnarl or something. So a lot of options, but I definitely think we'll see a pivot back to that Trick Room strategy. So are we ready? The final game?
What a set. What a set. I mean, really impressive by both players so far. I got to see this Poppin adjustment. Got to see what he does here.
All right,
we got to be going for Trick Room, right?
I think so. Let's see what we got. Yep, we see the Grimmsnarl and the Farigiraf come back out. I bet we'll see the same lead from Sly, the Chi-Yu, and the Mousehold.
Hey, why not?
So this is kind of that scenario we were just talking about, right? So now, you could have the Pop Bomb and a Dark Pulse going into this slot potentially to either cover for a Sash or to break through any Fake Out, because maybe he has a calc to where they both KO. I'd imagine a Dark Pulse KOs, right? Chi-Yu is stupid strong.
The question is going to be, what happens with Protects on this turn, right?
Yeah.
Do we call the Protect on the Giraffe? Do we protect our own Chi-Yu? Do we launch 2 attacks into that slot? A lot is riding on this turn 1, and I think that depending on which way this goes, we might be able to call this game early.
Oh, yeah. You could even see the Terra Ghost on the Mousehold to guarantee that it gets off its Pop Bomb if he thinks it could kill. But this is going to be a huge turn 1, a lot riding on it. Let's see how it plays out. So we see a Terra Normal to boost the damage. Terra Water comes out, but that might not matter. Oh my god. Fake Out comes in though. Oh, he's getting Trick Room.
Not going to kill.
Wow.
Unless we get a flinch here, Trick Room will go up.
Oh, he gets the Trick Room.
There's the Trick Room.
Wow. What a turn. So he opted to boost the damage. I wonder if that was going into the Farigiraf. You have to think so, right? To try to prevent that Trick Room from going up?
You would think so, but the double up seems a little strange in that case, correct?
Yeah, well, committing the Terra probably made Poppin really comfortable with faking out the Mousehold instead of the Chi-Yu. So seems like he had a good way to guarantee his Trick Room up. But now this is what we were saying. Maybe if you're Sly, you try to pivot to have something that can operate under Trick Room. So maybe the Magneton is running a little bit of a slower set. Now with that Terra Water also really threatening this Farigiraf. So
Yeah, and the Magneton's going to eat up those Spirit Breaks and maybe Hyper Voices pretty nicely too. So pretty solid switch there from Sly, saving the mouse hold for the end game where it could come in huge.
and you have to remember, if he preserves that and he can stall out the Trick Room, it's now Terra Normal as well, which I can imagine OHKO's anything. So let's see. We've got a Protect on the Chi-Yu.
Pop and call it.
Terra Blast comes in. Does he double it? Oh, he does.
Oh, the Terra Blast did a lot of damage there.
Lowers the special attack too, which could be significant. And that was a switch in, by the way. So the Magneton
Right.
switched in that turn, so it didn't get to go. So now this is looking pretty threatened at the moment. Sly looks like he's desperately trying to preserve his Mons for an end game without Trick Room up.
Yeah, saving that Chi-Yu and the mouse hold for the end is nice, but you're not going to have much to go
man.
with it at this rate.
Crit. Yeah, he's definitely trying to stall this one out. The Eerie Impulse. But you have the choice band now too, so you could just
Yeah.
double it. No risk
No
of
protect on this mouse hold, and it's going to
Oh
go
no.
down.
Yeah. And the Thunderbolt doesn't kill after that Spirit Break drop. So you can protect the Chi-Yu here, which if I'm popping, I think I'm okay with that. I don't think Chi-Yu can break through 4 without any support.
It's Chi-Yu against the world, and yeah, you get that Trick Room set up, and it's GG for
Yeah,
popping
this
here.
Magneton's going to drop, I think. He will get one more attack off with the... Oh, it's not enough.
I mean, does Heat Wave kill both?
Okay, well,
Do we have Heat Wave?
We do know that the Magneton's faster than both, right? Because it was moving last under Trick Room. So he will get to do what he wants this turn. And it'll all come down to what he has in the back. I could definitely see him getting 2 KOs here. And then
Yeah, do
putting
we
it in
have
a
a spread
2v2.
move?
Let's see. Sucker Punch fails. Interesting.
Fails.
Eerie Impulse, maybe? Wow.
Yeah, maybe
Trying
calling
to
out the
preserve
Sucker
it,
Punch,
yeah,
keeping
smart.
it alive.
See, like, that's a pro gamer play that my brain would never think of. Really smart.
Yeah, the fact that Heat Wave doesn't come out there makes me think we don't have it.
Yeah, but this Gastrodon can probably just delete this Chi-Yu, right?
Yeah, I don't think Chi-Yu's gonna. Well, does Chi-Yu get Energy Ball or anything? Grass Knot? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. Let's see. Papa may be trying to feel out what it's got.
Do we
Sucker
call out the
Punch
protect?
fails
Another
again.
Eerie Impulse. Smart.
Okay. Sly's staying alive here. So
Trying desperately to keep that Magneton alive, which I think is smart.
he's doing really well with that. He's saying, listen, I know that you can't go first right now. My 2 are going to go first unless you're clicking Sucker Punch. So maybe his thought process was, if I Eerie Impulse the Gastrodon, I get that off guaranteed. If Grimmsnarl KOs me, fine. But now you're not as threatening to my Chi-Yu. We don't see a Heat Wave, though, which kind of makes me think that maybe there is no spread move here. We know that the 4th move is Psychic, actually, because we saw it last game. So
Correct.
wow. So I'm guessing that we'll see the exact same thing. We'll see another Eerie Impulse, and then maybe the Chi will finish off the Grimmsnarl. Let's see.
Yeah, and with the Eerie Impulse, Chi-Yu's probably living another turn here.
Oh, he doesn't opt to go for it. Maybe banking on a Hydro Pump miss?
No, I think we're dead here.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
No
going to
Hydro
do it.
Pump miss.
Wow. I wonder if the Eerie Impulse came out. But even then, it would be hard to get through Dirge in the back. But maybe if you preserve that Chi-Yu, a Dark Pulse has shown that it could OHKO it.
Terra's already gone, so it's possible, but not very likely. A really commanding win here for Poppin. It's like we talked about. I mean, you get that Trick Room set up, and Sly with the 6 that he brought is not looking to be in a very strong position.
And, with this game, you look back at that turn 1, this is where it all mattered, right?
It was all riding on this one. Yep.
This was the game right here, because Sly is thinking, yeah, if I Terra Normal the mouse hold and I Dark Pulse it, I'm doubling the slot, so fake me out, go ahead, I'm getting the OHKO. But, in perfect Gen 9 fashion, we see a Terra come out that allows you to get what you want off on turn 1. And in this case, it won the game for Poppin, because he made such good use out of those turns under Trick Room. From this point forward, Sly was playing catch up, right? He was trying to switch Mons out, protect, just do anything he could to stall the Trick Room, since all of his damage was on these 2 Mons. So
Yeah, and just not enough bulk on Sly's team to be able to withstand the onslaught of all those attacks getting launched into you in Trick Room. And the Frisk came in huge here. Like, we've talked for seasons about how Frisk is a really good ability, but Poppin has used it so well, particularly in playoffs. You put it on a mon like Grimmsnarl, where you're thinking this thing is going to be Prankster, 9 times out of 10, but Poppin's proven to us that Frisk is beautiful here because you know exactly what the Mousehold can and cannot do. And Mousehold, a pretty huge important mon in this matchup. We know it can't follow me, right? We know it can't protect, so you're free to fake out into that slot.
And you're right. That's all thanks to the Frisk finding out in game 2 that it's choice banded. So, I mean, maybe he knew from the Calcs game 1 on the Wogue Trio, but either way, I mean, I think you're right. We've seen more Frisk out of Poppin on this Grimmsnarl this playoffs than Prankster, which is what the mon is traditionally known for. So, just such a versatile draft mon, and claims a championship as Poppin wins the special conference. Congratulations to Poppin.
Amazing.
And what an amazing set.
Man, I can't wait to see Poppin versus Ray. That's going to be a match. That's offense versus defense right there.
That's true. I feel like we just got like offense versus defense. Now we're going to get the next level version with that Chen Pao Dragonite. That was so oppressive all season. So, wow. Amazing. So that's your final stream for the VBL-S playoffs. It's crazy. And we will have a award show / grand finals next week. I'm sure somebody will be hosting that, but
oh yeah, we'll have a big presentation ready for everybody next week. We got the tier list dropping soon, so we'll have everybody take a look at that, pull some mons that you have questions about. We've seen some shifts here and there, and we got a lot of new mons entering the format, so I feel like, Jordan and Jason and Sam and some people have put in a lot of work on this tier list that's going to be coming out. It looks pretty solid to me, so we'll see what everybody else thinks really soon.
Yeah, I'm really excited for next season as well. There's a lot of new mons, so we'll get a lot of opinions. I'm sure people have varying opinions on how they should be placed, considering we've never seen some of them before, especially those Hisuian mons. So, yeah, I just love this set on the Chiyu, the Adrenaline Orb. It's like one of those items you never think to put on your Pokemon, right?
Game 2 was really fun to watch. That was a crazy game. Really nice prep by Sly there. Poppin's team is just so strong.
And this Shroodle, too, was just so neutered by the Armor Tail. Farigiraf, good Pokemon.
Tough to bring your prankster types like that into dark types, Grimmsnarl, and also obviously Armor Tail, right?
And we saw the same thing with you versus Dazzling and Sableye, right? It's like if you have a priority blocker, it makes bringing your prankster mons so risky. We saw a substitute on this Gardevoir, which we didn't get to see in the match. And then on this side, it was this Choice Scarf on the Wogue Trio.
Yeah, can we go back to that Mousehold set real quick? That's kind of an interesting one there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 3
Encore
support
fake
moves.
Tiers, switcheroo with the choice band. Interesting.
I bet he would have loved to give that Wo-Chen a switcheroo. Actually, no, probably not. What would have liked the choice band? Maybe the Farigiraf he would have liked to give it to?
Farigiraf would have been really cool, right? Because it obviously can make no use of it. You get Trick Room set up, you have to switch that next turn. So even getting the Trick Room set up, you're putting yourself in kind of dire straits there. So that really cool set by Sly.
That's awesome.
It didn't work.
I mean,
out.
I like it though, because honestly, like if you're running a choice band on Mousehold, what else are you clicking damage-wise besides Pop Bomb?
True.
Nothing. Like it doesn't even matter.
Bite. Right?
Yeah, right. For your Terra Ghosts, like you're not worried about the coverage for that. You're trying to maximize your damage. I wonder, the Terra Ghost instead of the Terra Normal might have been the difference maker too. If he was able to prevent that fake out from coming in and getting the Pop Bomb off, maybe opting for the Terra Normal was for some sort of calc that we didn't get to see. But
yeah, I wonder if the damage calc mattered. Like, do you need it to KO max defense for Farigiraf? But Farigiraf's got to be running some special investment too, because that Chiyu is very threatening. So tough call.
Really cool. And yeah, that AV, such a good item on a Frisk Grimmsnarl.
And there is the Skeledirge set that we have never seen before, so interesting.
So, yeah, it's like you're literally cookie cutter, copied and pasted Dirge set.
Just put it on every team.
I think I remember running this set a couple times last season.
Yeah.
So
it works, right? And the Gastrodon, shows up again. Gastrodon has been a really strong mon for popping this season. I mean, we got to pull that thing up. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for casting with me, Daddy. It's been great. We'll definitely get some tier list conversations coming up, and good luck to both champions. Congratulations to Poppin and Ray. I look forward to watching that grand finals match to see who wins it all.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Thanks everybody for showing up, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a good day.